All right, good morning. Good morning, everyone. We are going to get started right on down to the mat this morning, and let's start in child's pose. Switch everybody right on over in child's pose. Knees to the edges of the mat, big toes touch. Drop those hips right back towards your heels. Begin to walk those hands out. Maybe you stay in strong arms. Maybe you're on your forearms. Maybe you walk those hands out and as you come into that extended child's pose, maybe even more so, you walk the hands out and lengthen through the arms and stretch through the rib cage. You feel a little traction in the spine. Maybe take a little peek up at the hands. Just a little peek there. And then exhale everything right back down. Allow the forehead to maybe hit the mat. If it does, a little side to side is okay. Just massage the forehead, get a little movement in the neck here. All right. On your inhale, let's come back up in the table. Wrist under shoulders, right? Knees under hips. Exhale all the air out. Inhale, let's lift your chin, roll those shoulders back. Lift your tailbone. As you exhale, tuck the chin, arch your back, tuck your tailbone. Again, on the inhale, we're lifting the chin, we're rolling the shoulders back, and we're lifting the tailbone. And exhale, tuck the chin, arch that back, tuck your tailbone. And just continue that. Move with your own breath here. And don't push beyond your edge, right? Just find your edge here. A little movement of the spine. All right, let's go back to neutral and move those hands out a bit. Curl the toes, lift your hips into down dog. We go. As we come into that first down dog, you can keep your knees bent, right? Palms are flat, whether they're on the mat, block, or a stool, that's up to you. Maybe you lift those heels and you come up on the balls of your feet, right? Settle those heels back down, only straightening the legs to the comfort of your own degree. And maybe even start to walk the dog. Now bending one knee as you bend the toes, pushing the opposite heel into the mat. Just paddle those feet back and forth. Now begin to settle the heels. They may not touch. And we'll lift the tailbone, nice big breath. Exhale, gentle push, armpits to ankle. Nice big breath. Exhale, walk your feet towards your hands, top of the mat, forward fold here. Arms are hanging, neck is loose, so you can bend your knees, right, to protect your back. Begin to press your toes into the mat and exhale all that air out. On your inhale, we're going to slowly rise and reach. We're going to keep that chin tucked, if that works for you, right? Once the spine is long and the chin is parallel with the mat, sweep those arms up and maybe look at this. Exhale, arms out wide, turn those palms over, stay tall with me. Drop those hands right to the hips. Inhale again, sweep them up. Turn those palms up and reach, maybe look at those things. Exhale, arms out wide, palms over, fold forward, hands towards the mat. Inhale to a flat back half fold. Exhale, hands to the mat, step your left foot back, and drop that left knee down to the mat. Pull the right hand to the inside of that foot and slide your left knee back a little deeper if it works for you in that runner's lunge. Go ahead and flatten that foot if you like, stay on the naked kneecap. Relax the neck here. Or if you would like, come up into supported kneeling lunge with the right hand on the knee, left hand's gonna follow. Just a very gentle push on that thigh. Maybe those hands come behind you, interlace the fingers, roll those shoulders back with an inhale. Exhale, let go. On the inhale, lift those hands, maybe look at those fingers. Exhale, left hand under shoulder on the mat, right hand on that knee. Get a gentle twist as you look up towards the ceiling over that right shoulder. If you would like to curl the toes on the left and lift the knee, take that right hand to the sky, open into that twisted lunge, feel free. Nice big breath here. Exhale, drop the hand outside of the foot, slide your right foot back to meet the left, push into that sweet down dog. Walk the dog. Settle those heels. Lift your tailbone, nice big breath. Exhale, gentle push, armpits to ankles. Let's come right back down the table. Knees wide, big toes touch hips to heels. Reach into that extended child's pose. Just a little side to side with the spine here. So take a nice big breath. Exhale, walk your feet over, your hands rather, over towards that right corner. That left arm fairly straight, right? Feel it potentially through the rib cage. On your inhale, we're gonna reach right back towards the middle. And exhale over towards that left side. This time, right arm fairly straight, reaching through that left corner. Inhale, let's come back to center. Let's come back up to the table. Knees in, hands out, toes curled, hips up, down, dog, we go. Anytime we're in down dog, remember you can hold the static hold, you can walk the dog, you can skip down dog, right? Begin to settle the heels, lift the tailbone, nice big breath. Exhale, that gentle push, armpits to ankles. Big breath. Exhale, walk your feet to your hands, top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale to a flat back, arms out wide, hinge, rise and reach all the way. Keep those feet hip distance up here. Lean a little bit to the left, and as you do, lift that left hand. Lift your right heel as well. Looks like we're in a standing banana pose. Settle that right heel down, lean to the right, lift your right shoulder, lift that left heel. Settle the left down, lean to the left now, lift your left shoulder, lift your right heel. One more time, over to the right, lift that right shoulder, lift your left heel. And settle those heels, reach with a big breath here. Exhale, arms out wide, palms over, folded forward. Inhale to that flat back half fold. Exhale, hands to the mat, step that right foot back. Drop that right knee down and bring the left hand to the inside of that foot. Slide that right knee back if it makes sense for you. Flatten the top of that foot. Stay on the kneecap. Relax the neck. Supported kneeling lunge if you like, with that left hand on the knee, shoulders come up and square, right hand follows, just that gentle push on the thigh, right? Maybe those hands come behind us, interlace the fingers, roll those shoulders back with an inhale. Exhale, let go. Inhale, lift those hands, take a peek at those fingers. Exhale, right hand on the mat, left hand on that knee. Get that gentle twist first. And the option of curling the toes, lifting that right knee, and taking that left hand to the sky. Nice big breath here. Exhale, hand outside of that left foot. Slide your left foot back. Push into that down dog. Walk the dog. Let's come right back down to table. And we're gonna keep those hips right over the knees. We're gonna walk the hands out into our puppy dog pose. Now you may stay in strong arms. You may have your forearms across the stool. Maybe the forearms make their way to the mat, right? So the hips stay over the knees. Maybe you walk the hands out and the chest makes its way down towards the mat. Maybe the forehead rests on the mat, block, or pillow. Again, those hips stay right over the knees. Make sure you're breathing here. Just another breath or so here. On your inhale, let's come slowly back up the table. What we're gonna do here is make sure those wrists are under your shoulders. Go ahead and tuck the chin, gently and slowly arch your back, tuck that tailbone. You're just gonna hold that, right? Just hold that arch back briefly. Don't overdo it, right? Don't push beyond the edge. And then slowly come to neutral and slowly a few cat cows. Right, just get that spine moving in here. As you come back to neutral, knees together, hips to heels. And now we're gonna fold right over those thighs, reversing the stretch where we had extension in the upper spine. Now we're gonna allow flexion in the spine as we round over our thigh. Now, if you need to, you can leave your hands on your forearms, on your knees if you need. You can place a couple of pillows across your knees, right? But most importantly, breathe, right? Just a couple of breaths here. All right, let's come back up into table. Keep those knees just about hip distance here. Curl the toes, sit your hips back towards your heels and shoulders right over the hips here. A little side to side on those toes if you're stretching those toes out, right? Maybe grab that water, get you a little sip if you wish. All right, so we're gonna come back into table. And we're gonna make sure that right hand is under your shoulder. Roll to that right side, keep the right knee under your hip. Drag the foot back if you need, and extend your left leg. So if you need to drag your right foot back for support, you can, right? Make sure that right wrist is under your shoulder. Take your left hand to the sky. Keep that left foot suction cupped to the mat, right? Drop the left hand towards the top of the mat. Imagine we're in a side bend if we're standing. That bicep is behind the ear, right? Now use just a little bit of strength here, just to get a little bit of lean. Keep breathing, right? . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . Maybe you bend the elbow. Just let that hand hang. Feel a little more in that rib cage, right? Inhale that left hand up all the way around. Place your left hand on the mat. Square your shoulders. Lift your left heel and level out your hips. Pull your toes towards your body. Walk that right hand out. We're going to come into that full spinal balance as we lift that right hand. Thumb is up, fingers wide. Now try to line up that hand and heel through the center line of the body, right? Reach a little bit with that right hand. Push with that left heel. Make sure you pull those toes towards you. Maybe a very subtle lift of the hand, lift of the heel with an inhale. Exhale, set everything down. Set everything down. Let's come over to that left side. Roll over to that left side. Extend your right leg. Make sure the wrist is under the shoulder. Make sure the knee is under the hip. Suction cup that right foot to the floor. Take that right hand to the sky. Now again, if you need balance, slide that left foot behind you like a kickstand, right? Now let's drop that right hand towards the top of the mat. Again, imagine we're standing in that side bend, so the bicep is behind the ear. Right? Use just a little bit of strength to get a little bit of lean. Go ahead and bend the elbow if you like. Let that right hand hang. Inhale up and all the way around, right hand to the mat. Square those shoulders, lift your right heel. Walk the left hand out. Lift that hand if you like. Thumb is up, fingers wide. Hold that hand and heel center line of the body. Let's reach with that left hand as you push that right heel away. Maybe that very subtle lift of the hand, lift of the heel, big breath. Exhale, set everything down. As you flatten that left hand, let's roll that right wrist around a little bit, knuckles into the mat. Gently roll the wrist over. This is a leverage stretch, so you can put a lot of pressure on that wrist, right? So be mindful here. Flatten that right hand, ball your left fist up, knuckles in the mat, and just gently roll it over. Just come back to neutral, but widen those knees. Take that left hand to the sky, open that rib cage towards the ceiling here. Exhale, turn your palm up, drive it through to the right. Sink your hips towards your heels as you turn your head. Take that left ear towards the mat. Now you can leave your right hand right there for support. Or you can place your hand behind you. As you do, place your hand on that left side of the hip. Maybe the back side of your hand. You put a little bit of pressure there. And you'll open up that right shoulder just a hair, right? No worries if you don't. Just breathe, right? Slowly start to bring that right hand around if you had it behind you. On an inhale, let's come right back up. And exhale those strong arms under your shoulders. Stay with that left side. Keep the hips high. Take that left hand back to the sky. Nice big breath. Exhale, palm up and through to the other side. Inhale again, reach. Exhale, under and through. Inhale again, reach. Exhale, under and through. Inhale, last one, reach. Exhale, left hand down. Inhale, right hand to the sky. Exhale, turn that palm up, drive it through to the left. As you do, turn your head, take that right ear towards the mat. And again, if you would like, you can leave that left hand right in front of you for support, or you can drop that hand behind you. The back of the palm gently pressing into that right hip. You can just gently open that left shoulder a little bit. And of course, do what feels right to you, right? Just a few breaths here. On that inhale, let's come right back up. Keep those knees wide. Exhale, strong arms right under the shoulders. Take that right hand back to the sky with a big breath. Keep the hips up with us. Palms up, drive that right hand through. Inhale again, reach. Exhale, under and through. Inhale again, reach. Exhale, under and through. Inhale, let's reach. Exhale, bring that hand down, slide the knees in, curl those toes, lift your hips, down dog, we go. Walk that dog, right? Get a little movement in the toes, the ankles, the knees. And then begin to settle those heels. Maybe lift those heels again. And settle them right back down. Lift your tailbone, big breath. Exhale, gentle push, ankle snaps. Let's come right back down the table and all the way around to your seat. We're going to extend out that left leg. Bend your right knee. Now, if you want to put something underneath that right knee, go for it. Even underneath the left knee, if you need to, go for it. Let's shift our shoulders to where we feel like our chest is over that left thigh. Keep the spine long here first, right? Maybe start to walk those hands out over that left thigh. Keep the chin parallel. Lengthen the spine first. If you feel right when you get to that stopping point, you can round the spine over the thigh. Now you can keep your hands down for support. Or if you make your way to your forearms, you can. Or maybe you have blocks or a stool even. And don't force it, right? Don't bounce, don't pull. Just find that edge, right? We're not going to be here very long as we are in a typical yin class. Maybe about 30 more seconds here. Let's slowly start to sit tall here, and as that spine lengthens, place your hands behind you. Turn your fingers away slightly, then those elbows, and let's roll those shoulders back. And then gently lift that chin, but don't drop the head between your shoulders, right? So we're just gonna feel that extension through the upper spine here. And then we're going to come right back to neutral. And we're going to extend our right leg. Bend the left knee. Again, if you need something underneath the left knee or underneath that right knee, go ahead. Lift and place your sit bones back down just to make sure they're square. Spine is long here. Shift your shoulders over that right thigh. Begin to walk those hands out. Once again, keep that chin parallel, right? If you feel comfortable, begin to round the spine, relax the neck here. Again, do not force. Don't pull, don't bounce. Right? Just finding the edge. Just a few more breaths here. On that inhale, lift them up and sit tall. Place those hands behind you again, fingers away, elbows slightly bent, shoulders back, lifting the chin. And breathe. Come back to neutral. Lift your left knee. Bend your right knee. Keep the feet about hip distance. Go ahead and just gently windshield wiper those knees. Don't force your knees down, right? We're just looking for some movement here. All right, as you come back to neutral here, let's spread those feet out nice and wide like a V. Nice and wide like a V. Don't hyperextend, don't go so wide, right? If you need something underneath your knees to keep a slight bend, that is perfectly fine, right? Again, sit bones are square here, spine's long. Begin to walk those hands out in front of you. Now, once again, keep the chin parallel first and lengthen the spine. And if you feel comfortable, round the spine here. Relax the neck. Maybe the hands are your support. Maybe the forearms are your support. Maybe you're able to get your chest all the way down. And that is just an option. On your inhale, let's start to sit tall. We're going to place those hands behind us, but we're not going to bend the elbows this time. We are going to have a slight shoulder roll, and that's just going to allow the spine to lengthen here. Come back to neutral, and what we're going to do is close those feet in, but keep them about hip distance, right? So the legs are going to straighten, feet are hip distance. Once again, if you need to lift, place your sit bones back down. Long spine here, big breath. Exhale, walk those hands out, walk those hands out. Don't pull the shins, don't grab your feet. Round that spine if it feels comfortable. Again, you can use your hands for support. You can use your forearms on blocks and bring that stool up, right? On your inhale, let's start to sit tall. Hands behind you slightly. Well, bend your knees first. Turn your fingers away. Now slightly bend the elbows. Roll those shoulders back and lift your chin without dropping the head. And then come back to neutral, crisscross applesauce. Once again, sit bones nice and square, hands in front of us. We're just going to lengthen through the spine here. Nice big breath. Exhale, begin to walk those hands right out in front of us here. Keep that chin parallel with the mat, right? Don't look down. Lengthen the spine. Come on back with that inhale. If you'd like, reverse that comfortable cross. We're gonna walk it out again. Walking it out. Once again, keep that chin parallel with the mat. Do not look down. And coming right back up. And we're going back into that comfortable cross if you like. Walking it out this last time. And as you get to that happy spot, you can round the spine here. You can relax the neck. On your inhale, we're going to start to sit tall here. And as you exhale, the sit bones nice and square. Spine long, hands on the knees, just like that, fam. We've come to an end to our practice. So let's take one last breath here together as we exhale all the air out. Inhale through the belly. Let it come into the chest and hold with me. Take a sip and hold. You got one more sip and hold. And exhale it out. All right, fam. Thanks for hanging this morning. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a fantastic day. You know the dealio. Be kind to yourself.